How you doing, everybody? My name is Josh Scalf. I am the owner of Simply Adept, and I wanted to shoot this quick video to introduce myself and introduce our company and just kind of give you an idea, an example of what it is we do and who it is we are. So with that being said, I'm going to take myself out of the screen here and transition over to my slide presentation real quick. So again, as I said, I am the owner of Simply Adept, and so, who are we and why are we different? We are a customer acquisition company, also known as a lead generation company. We tend to kind of shy away from the lead generation term because obviously it's been kind of it puts a bad taste in people's mouth, it seems, in the last few years. Because of a handful of companies out there. And so one of the things we typically get are, are you lead generation company? Are you like Home Advisor or Porch or Networks or any of those companies out there? And we absolutely are not. We are completely different from them. And one of the main reasons we are different is because we deliver live phone calls. We don't deliver leads. We don't send you some web form or a text message that you have to in turn call a customer back in hopes that you've reached them soon enough before they've either moved on, found somebody else, or the leads just dried up. And you still, in turn, are having to pay for that lead. So, what we send you again are real live phone calls and customers that are calling you when they have their strongest need for your services. So, what does that mean? I've got a problem. I need my AC just went out. I've got an issue and I need to get that up because it's 100 degrees outside. So I'm going to get on, typically about 80-85% of people nowadays are getting on their mobile devices, their iPads, their laptops and whatnot, and searching for home service providers. So I get on the internet, I find what seems to be a good reputable company. I call their phone number, and I talk to you know, the HVAC, contractor at that point. So that's what we are sending you. We are sending you people that are getting on the internet and looking for a service that they need and they want, and you guys provide that. So when they find us, they contact you guys, they call a phone number, and your guys' phone rings. These aren't web forms. There's no delays in getting to communicate with the customer and have a conversation and trying to make that sell. You're not going to play phone tag like some of these other companies, such as Home Advisor. You get a web form lead or a text message, and um, you know, you try to contact the person back. If you haven't got to them within, I would say within 30 seconds to a minute, they've already moved on possibly, and um, by the time you call them, they may not answer, or so you end up playing that phone tag game. And so that's, one of the biggest ways that we are completely different. These are live phone calls directly to you guys, which in turn is going to drastically increase your chances of closing the sale. Okay, again, no delays, no trying to call the person back. And so you are speaking with that person right then, right there, as they are calling to have their problems resolved. So again, that leads me into the fact that these calls are all 100% exclusive. These calls go to you and you alone. We don't mess with them. We don't get involved with them. We don't talk to the customer. We never share them like companies like Home Advisor that are going to share that share their leads to 3, 4, 5 other contractors and resell them to 3, 4, 5 other contracting companies, your competitors. And we don't do that. We partner with exclusively with one company, and the calls we send are theirs and theirs alone. We again don't get involved with them. It's not our business model. We find that it creates a much more of a win-win-win situation. A win for the customer, getting taken care of as soon as possible. A win for the clients that we partner with, in that they are generating business and making sales, and it's a win for us because it makes our business thrive on. And so you guys would be the very first point and only point of contact with these customers. So what that's also not going to put you in bidding wars, okay? So Home Advisor sends you guys a lead. Now it's a race to the bottom. Who can get that customer the quickest? And whoever does end up getting them always ends up having to bid the lowest. That's not the business you guys are in. You guys are in your business to generate revenue and generate profits and grow your business. And you're not going to do that by constantly being involved in a rat race of bidding the lowest and seeing who can uh, gain this customer's business by bidding low prices all the time. Okay, so that's another thing you get to avoid by dealing with a company such as ourselves. So what this boils down to, you take the call, you make the sell. It's very, very simple. Somebody picks up the phone, you pick up the phone, talk to that customer, do what you guys do best, make the sell, and perform your service. Okay, what are you going to get? What kind of calls are these? You're only going to pay for qualified calls. So what is a qualified call? All right. Well, we target the way we go after and get in front of these customers is very specific and very highly targeted. We use direct response marketing campaigns that we call our secret sauce. Way too much to get into detail right now in this video about how we go about doing that. But the fact is that we have worked out and solidified a very repetitive process of getting in front of people and customers that have very serious intent, that need your services and need them right then and there, and that's what they're calling you for. Okay, you're only going to pay for calls and customer calls that are people looking for and needing your services and needing what you guys provide. And all calls are only going to be qualified if they're in a given area, geographical area that you guys cover. If you guys only cover a certain radius, then calls outside of that, you're not going to have to pay for those. We like to work with you guys. We like to earn your business. We like to create long-term relationships with the customer or the companies that we partner with. And the only way to do that is to provide you high quality. Okay, so to help a little further with making sure that the calls are legitimate and what you're looking for, we have a call tracking platform that will record all phone calls. You get your own personal login, so you can log in and listen to all these calls that we send to your business. It's a very easy and awesome way to track the ROI that you're getting from these calls. It's going to help you fine tune your business. If you want to sit there and listen to the calls and make sure that your sales staff is doing well, that your receptionist is handling the customers, the calls that come in, and they're not being rude. It's an excellent way to fine tune the business and make it run at its optimal level. So how do you know that you're getting calls from us? We actually have a whisper feature that when a call comes in, you're first going to hear a short little message, something along the lines of "new lead from Simply Adept," and you guys will be the only ones that hear that. The customer that's calling doesn't hear that, and once it says that, after that little short sentence, it's going to then connect you guys to the customer. So you'll know right away that the calls are coming from us by our whisper feature, which is it's an awesome little feature to again track and know what calls are coming from us, so you know how to position yourself. Another reason we're different: no long-term contracts. Don't believe in them. Never have. Never will. Nobody should be locked into something that you guys, if you shouldn't be paying for something for results that you're not receiving. We work on it. So what we work on is a pay for performance guarantee. You only pay for results. If you're not happy, we don't lock you into a 6 to 12 month long-term contract like that. It's a month-to-month agreement. If you're not happy, then we're not happy. Then cancel at any time. That again, you shouldn't have to pay for something that you're not happy with and that you're actually getting results from. So, long story short, if you guys are interested in our business model and you guys are looking to grow your business, increase your bottom line, maybe you just are looking to get some extra work. If you're looking to get work during your slow times, and um, you know, this is a program that can really make your business thrive and make it grow. And again, we're looking for long-term relationships. We want to build tremendous trust with each and every company that we partner with, because we know how drastic this can change businesses. It can take businesses that are still doing quite well to a higher level than they are currently doing with their advertising. And so again, if you're interested, give us a call, 309-273-1238, or you can actually book a meeting directly with me at calendly.com/Josh-Scalf, and we can have a conversation, get a little more detail and see if we're a good fit for one another. If we can find some good, common ground, then excellent. If not, not a problem. I'm not saying this is for everybody. Everybody's got their own ideas and opinions about advertising and marketing avenues that they want to approach, but we feel that this is probably the best, if one of the best, if not the best way to generate new business for your company and just generate a crazy return on your investment while doing so. So again, I appreciate your time. You guys all have a fantastic day. And with that being said, get in touch with us if you guys are interested, and we look forward to hearing from you.